But it was taller? Is this a goof? Sideswipe likes to gain the claim to victory with any battle as a testament of his own strengths. Unfortunately, this can get to his head pretty easily, with him making very questionable and quick choices in the chase for a win. Eventually, while that chase certainly continued, he also gained a better understanding on what the Autobot symbol stands for. With the fight against the Decepticons, he needs to learn to think ahead before jumping into a fight. Sideswipe transforms into a Cybertronian car, fitted with the theme of the majority of the Siege figures. Similar to his original classic form, keeping that same energy, but it's totally not a Lamborghini Countach. I mean, sure, the ventilations above the windows is a familiar nod, the back lights have a similar shape, the side windows have a close outline, and the front hood has the essential elements. Amongst other things, you could tell this has the essence, but changes things up, so it's totally not a Lamborghini. I like how the back has a pretty strong outline thanks to these panels simply made just to clean up the alt mode a little. There's a certain curve like a modern Lamborghini, and adjustments to some features that certainly respect the roots. I even dig the sides with the depth and detailed outlines. If not for this touch of black on the top that would benefit in some red paint. Speaking of, every bit of red on this car is painted over with a thick layer, which is why the red color doesn't vary in certain areas. No worries of painted and molded plastic colors messing with the consistency. Take that, Robots in Disguise Sideswipe! Take that, Armada Sideswipe! I mean, Armada Sideswipe doesn't really have that issue, it's just awful. Even the tires almost look like the original, if only it was a Lamborghini. I should also make note of the large windscreen with silver paint underneath. Doesn't need a driver, and is it weird that I feel insulted by this? I like it, but the one time a window doesn't need to worry about kibble in the canopy, they disguise it in an alien non-Lamborghini car. Weapons can be ported on the sides or on the top, but why would you have weapons on a Lamborghini? Oh wait, it's not a Lamborghini. Firepower! Sideswipe really makes this car form work. It feels like an 80s car just got revamped. Looks fast and perfect for the character. Really, I can't think of anything to complain about. The car's good as is. Robot mode. Robot mode, this is full-on, no doubt, Sideswipe. It's got nearly every classic nod to the character, and it feels like a friendly face has come back. Despite having the checklist for an ideal Autobot, he somehow makes it all stand out. MP Sideswipe was my first full-on masterpiece figure, and I can't help but see this as a cheaper alternative in the generation scale. I have no complaints with that. Sure, the Universe Classics was a neat reimagination, but compared to this, I don't even know who this is anymore. It's a stranger. How did you get in my house? It's so simplistic on how it's designed, yet so perfectly Sideswipe. Honestly, the proportions on the lights in the chest going smaller from the original car feels like the old cartoon proportions shifting. Even the back looks right. Just ignore the flaps on the torso, pretend it isn't there, be in denial. I love how the chest hood flows with the sides, sinking into the abdomen to feel more embedded. Even the top clears the way of the face. Too bad about the scratches. The legs are okay, the feet look good, but the hips are broken by the solid black crotch. That's gonna be someone's ringtone now. The head is perfectly Sideswipe in all its details, proportions, and essence. There's nothing to complain about here. It's got the tiny ears and handheld vacuum forehead. Did someone say articulation? Ball jointed head, arms out and in, forward to back rotation below, elbow bend, waist rotation, hips out and in, forward to back rotation below, knee bend, and foot tilt. Articulation is pretty simple for the Siege line, that being with added waist rotation and foot tilt. But he's a simple man, so it fits just fine. Things to watch out for is the foot that wobbles forward in the back, and the car kibble on the back of the leg that's meant to move out of the way, but can move back during posing. Let's take a look at the accessories. He includes the red W-5 Gyro Blaster with a blast port on the front and a 5mm peg on the back featuring another blast port. He also comes with a W-10 Photo-Pulser Proton Launcher, featuring portholes on both sides and looks like a mini Megatron cannon. There's also a tab which is the same length to fit the normal portholes, but can tab onto either of the shoulders like the original shoulder rocket. you can combine them to form the RR Gyrofuse Axleswitch Hyper-Blaster. Now that looks right, but I wish he came with another weapon. Meh, better than Sunstreaker. He's got blast ports in a few places, including the chest, which the logo looks like it's trying to distance itself. Also, with typical Siege fashion, a number of portholes on the feet, side of the legs, hands, 2 on each arm, and the back, which is prepared for a 3D printed Vanguard add-on kit. Come on, someone's gotta build it. What can I say? This figure is perfect for anyone looking for a generation scale Sideswipe. If you missed out on the masterpiece, I'd say this is a perfect figure to get just for the experience of the character. I'd say if you're looking into this, you should get it. Really, I don't have much to complain about. Fun to convert, solid car, and the robot mode looks like the guy we recognize. This toy does not disappoint. But would yellow look good?